Hey guys, I promised you a giveaway of Warhammer 40k Space Wolf. If you write up a comment on the previous video, that explains why you like or dislike Warhammer 40,000. And I thought there would be more interest in that because, yeah, it's free games, but maybe you didn't like what you saw in the game enough. Anyway, 3 people did do that, did explain what they think about Warhammer 40,000 and why. And they're gonna get the free codes. Today, I'm going to send them to you in direct messages. I've probably done it already when you're watching it. So, I'm going to read out the comment and say what I think about them that and playing the game a bit. I'm going to read them during enemy turns. Stick around if you're interested for these people and my take on Warhammer 40,000. And if you're not, well, then I'll see you next time. Okay. What should I do? I suppose I can kill this guy. I did play this game a little bit more. Not too much, though. Not too much. Okay. And it's... okay, there are no enemies. Oh, right, they'll spawn later, I suppose. Let's spawn a doggy. Let's spawn a doggy and move along a bit. And here come the enemies. We don't really want the dog to fight them like this yet, because he's gonna... well, it's a wolf, theoretically. Because he's gonna get killed. So let's just set our guys up. I suppose I'll go here. And he's on Overwatch duty. Now, let's go to the first comment. Hatefield writes, "What made the whole Warhammer universe for me was the medieval fantasy setting to it all. Even with 40k, even their high-tech retains that feel to it. And I'm not talking only about the weapons and armor used, but the whole political structure and all the belief system are kind of archaic to our current standards and expectations for what the future might hold. My greatest gripe with the Warhammer universe in general is that the prices are a bit too steep for the living standards in my country." So I suppose you probably mean the figurines for the miniature game. So I don't see myself playing any incarnation of the board game anytime soon. Yeah, it was same with me. I never played the miniatures games because it's just too expensive. I did... He continues to write, "I did try some of the better PC games that came out, starting with Warhammer Online, although I wasn't playing anymore when they shut down. It still was kind of sad that they couldn't manage a formula to keep the game running, unlike Star Wars The Old Republic. And also managed to get my hands on some books, which I enjoyed, but the whole universe is held back, in my opinion, by the large barrier to entry, which I suppose is money." Yeah, I mostly agree with the money comment. As for the better games, yeah, my experience with Warhammer 40,000 is mostly Dawn of War and Dawn of War 2, which I liked, both of them. Alright, let's play another round and then go to the next comment. Alright, so apparently you've used the Overwatch ability. How much damage does this deal? Enough to kill the guy in front of us. So let's do that. Oops, apparently not. Okay, I suppose I'll end the turn, so we can move sooner. As for Doggy, he's gonna bite this guy, get rid of some of his armor. Okay. Oh right, this is the plasma gun guy. I suppose I'm gonna recharge the plasma gun. Oh no, it's not in need of that yet. you go. It has a high range. Maybe you'll do Overwatch. Now, Harold's turn. Well, he's going to walk up to this guy over here and smash him with a hammer. Yeah, and that's a one-hit kill. Okay, time for our commander. You could also use a hammer, I suppose. Although that would be a waste. Let's walk up to the enemies and shoot them. I suppose this isn't really that useful. This is overkill on this guy, but we want him dead, and we don't want to use up the bolt stuff because it has the Overwatch ability. Okay, and now it's their turn, so back to the comments. Hendrik Stuver, I think that's how you read it, I'm not sure, writes, "What I really like about Warhammer 40,000 is that on the surface it is orcs in space, with clear parallels to classic fantasy with the Empire of Man as a medieval society, and the other as elven stand-ins. And it can be enjoyable as just that, for interesting visuals and cool technology. But once you get into it, there is so much lore and interesting concepts, such as the Empire having to sustain a beacon on Terra for navigation by sacrificing thousands of psychers each day, or how orc technology works because of them believing it works. So they can make a tank faster just by painting war stripes on it. Each race is interesting and unique, and expecting the chaos, none of them are fundamentally evil. Even the orcs and the Tyranids might be aggressive and would destroy mankind, but does that make them evil? And is the Empire with its Inquisition really good? Oh, of course it isn't. It is a dirty universe in perpetual war, and that makes it very interesting." I suppose I mostly agree, and the psionic powers of the orcs making their technology work is kind of a MacGuffin. No, that's not the right word. It's a plot hole theoretically, but they made it work, which I wouldn't expect to work, but it does. It works in the universe, and yeah, that's pretty cool actually. Anyway, yeah, I mostly agree with what you said here. Let's play another round and then read the third comment that qualifies for receiving the game for free. I suppose I could move over here and throw a grenade to deal with the others. I thought he would run into the grenade, which would have been stupid, of course. Okay, Doggy, your turn. Let's bite his armor off. And let's bite him a bit more, then maybe the grenade can kill him. The grenade will go off when the grenade thrower's turn comes again. Now you can't come too close because the grenade will damage you. We wouldn't want that, but you can reload your weapon. And I suppose you can even kill this guy if you are very precise, which you aren't. And here comes the grenade. Very effective. Right, I suppose I can just use this. If we move up close enough. And that leaves just one guy. Is he in a range? He is not in a range. Can he be? Not really. So instead I'm going to reload my bolter and do the Overwatch on him. Although if I used this, I could act before he does again. No, I don't think I want to. Yeah, let's end the turn and let him act and read the third comment. Okay. The third comment is by Nikolai Fmov. I don't know much about Warhammer 40k, but I do know that it has a lot of cool, unique races, which I really like. Also, I like how the game is in the future, but the mindset of the humans is still like the medieval age, with all the heresy stuff, and the lowest class of people is treated like shit, way worse than in the medieval times, actually. So yeah, it's quite a unique world, which I really don't want to live in, but it's, pardon my language, epic. Yeah, I missed a bit of the pardon my language. The lore is also massive, deep, and interesting. Well, yes, nothing to add here. Maybe apart from that Warhammer was always a dark fantasy, and both fantasy and science fiction Warhammer. So basically, it's always a world you wouldn't want to live in, I suppose. Okay, thank you for your input, guys, and you will be receiving free codes for Space Wolf. And that's not all the codes I had available, because the developers gave me a bit more. So if some of you watching this second video still want the game, you might want to write your own comment. Still, I'm not sure what I'll do with the codes. I might give them out on stream or whatever. Anyway, these 3 people qualified, fulfilled the conditions I've set, so they're getting the free game. Expect private messages. And if you don't see them, search your spam in, YouTube private messages. And I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.